Alright, Brush Monkeys, this week we're starting in on Lukesia de Vandra. This is another Reaper Bones figure from the Reaper Bones Black line. And she is a female, I want to say she's a female elf, druid kind of character. Can't quite tell on her ears there. Of course that's not going to cooperate. But, yeah, she's kind of a druid, wizardess kind of character. She's got some scrolls. She's got a book there. She also got a big-ass shovel. And so, she's going to be the Spring Maiden from my Four Seasons group. The base I'm going to do with a combination of Luster and Undergrowth from Citadel and Citadel's Sterling Mud texture. I'm going to give it kind of some grass and then some bare dirt in the middle that looks like it was just dug up, and I'm going to put flowers all around the grass part and really make it look like she's been working in her garden a little bit. And she's going to be painted in very bright spring tone colors. I've got some Ayendan yellow, I've got some scorpion green from the old Citadel line, I've got bright purple, I've got enchanted blue again from the old Citadel line, old Citadel paints. And I think this is going to look really nice when I get it done. Again, I've got a good mix of contrast paints and regular paints, and we're going to paint her up and see how she turns out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go put the base coats down, and we'll come back and see what happens. All right. See you soon. All right, Brush Monkeys. As you can see, I've got the base coats down on the regular paints and the Wraithbone base down for the contrast. I'm going to be doing, it kind of looks like there's a lot of contrast paint on there. I'm going to be doing contrast paint on the shovel handle, on the sash that she's got right in here, and her belt. All of this is going to be contrast paints and leathers. So there's going to be a fair amount of contrast paint on there. But I've got the base coats down for the purples and the greens. I washed the skin and hair already because I wanted to see how that was going to look before I went any further. And I like how it's turning out. I've got a color selected for the lips. It's going to be kind of a brown rose color from Vallejo Model Color. And I think it's going to be real subtle. I don't think you're going to be able to see that real well, but I think it's going to work out nicely. And I've got the Hexios Pale Sun to dry brush her hair when it's all done. And the shade washes, of course, for the green and the purple and the blue. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pause here and do the contrast paints on her. And that'll finish up the base coats. And then we'll look at doing some of the highlights and metallics and that kind of thing. Alright? Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys. I have the contrast paints painted up on Lukesia here, and she's looking pretty fine. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break right now, and then I will come back and shade wash her. I want to shade wash the greens and the purples and the blues, which I've got laid out there. I've already got her hair. The contrast paints are kind of self-washing, so they're basically done. But yeah, I'll come back and do the blues, the blue, the purple, and the green, and then take another break and come back and show you how that looks before I do the highlights and the basing. Alright, so like the others, she's coming together pretty fast, but she's looking really good. I think this is going to be a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, take a break, and I'll be back in a bit. See ya. Alright, Brush Monkeys, so things got a little out of hand here. I shade washed the greens, I shade washed the purple, shade washed the blue, and then I textured the base actually before I meant to. I kind of I got into the painting and forgot that I was supposed to be shooting video, and so got a little more done on her than I meant to. So I'm going to let that texture dry. I'm actually going to put a little bit of the brown. You can see the brown is Sterling Mud. Citadel Sterling Mud. I'm going to put that on, a little bit of that on her shovel to show that she's been digging up. But I want that to look like a patch of earth that she had just dug up. And so all these, this green right in here, and these greens over here, and if I could fit it in there, maybe this little green patch right here on the back, are going to have flower tufts on there. But I'm going to let the basing dry, and then I'm going to shade wash it with Agrax Earthshade. Then the green will get a dry brush of Niblick Green. The brown will get a dry brush of Sylvaneth Bark. And then her hair is going to get a dry brush of Hexus Pale Sun. And the base band I got for the base and the base band, you can kind of see it a little bit on there where it went over the edge. I'm using this Reaper Master Series paint 09244 Muddy Soil. And this is another one of the paints that I got along with the, if I can get it here, the basic dirt that I used on the other two. I used Muddy Soil on hers because I wanted to have that basis of looking like there was mud. You know, spring's muddy, it's rainy, mud happens. So that was my thinking on that. So I'm going to go ahead and take another break and let her dry. Let that base and everything dry. And then I'll come back and shade wash the base. And then I think I'll do one more update before I do the dry brushing. And then the dry brush will be the last update before she's done, because she's coming together pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how she's turning out. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, the shade wash is dried, and I got the shade washing on the base done, and she's looking pretty good. I really like how this one's turning out. So the only thing I got left to do is dry brush I'm going to dry brush the hair, work it back to a little bit lighter blonde, and I'm going to dry brush the grass and the dirt, and then glue on the tufts. Well, got to move it to a cork, paint the base band, matte sealer, and then glue on the tufts. So I'm going to go ahead and do the dry brushing, and then we'll come back and take another look at her, and then we'll transfer her over to the cork and do all that fun stuff. And then I think we'll be close to being done with her here. So yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause now and come back when the dry brushing is done. See you soon. Bye. Alright, I have the dry brushing on the greens and the browns done. I did some dry brushing on her dress, just to kind of pop those colors out a little bit more. Dry brushing on the hair is done. She is looking really good. I really like how she's coming out. The base band, I was going to do the base band in, let me scroll out here. I was going to do the base band in this Reaper Muddy Soil, which is what I based the base in, but I decided to go ahead and go with the basic dirt color, because that's what I had all the rest of them base banded in. I think the only one that's going to be different is the winter one, because she's got a black base band. She's also the only one with a sculpted base, so she's going to be a little different than her brothers and sisters. But yeah, so that's done. You can see that there's still some wet paint on the base band rather. I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and when that dries, I'll matte seal her and then glue the tufts onto the base. So I got some of these Army Painter Meadow Flowers bases. I know it's hard to see, they're kind of down inside there, but I've got a bunch of those I'm going to put on there, and I think it's going to look really nice. So the next time you see this young lady, she'll be completely finished. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and take a break to let that dry, and then I'll matte seal her and finish her up. See you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, there she is. She is all matte sealed, and I've got all the flowers glued around the tuft, except for that little patch of bare dirt that she just dug up. on her base, and she looks really good. I really like how this one turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and call her done now. So next week we'll be starting in on the Winter Queen. And she looks like this right now. She's not going to look a whole lot different. Let's try this again. Focus on. Alright, well, maybe having trouble focusing because of all the white, but basically that's the Winter Queen. Oh, there you go, that does it. Camera. Anyway, she's going to be done up in shades of gray and white and silver and a little bit of pale blue for a spot color. And she's going on a sculpted base that I did at the Paint-A-Palooza event. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video and call it done. That is it for Lukesia Devandra from Reaper Bones. And I will see you guys next week. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more and want to be notified when new videos come out. Check out the links in the video description for links to our Patreon page and our Instagram, so you can see all the different ways that you can support me in doing what I do, and get your hands on some of these miniatures that I've painted if you want one of your own. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook if you want to see updates and see when new videos get posted. I will see you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.